Okay, I'm back. It is April the 12th, 1990, into my second week at the MTC. Now it seems that the week has gone by fast, but it doesn't feel that way during the day. Today we did not particularly learn a lot, except for a lot of vocabulary for the first discussion. That's something I really want to learn because it's what I'll be using the most of on my mission. What's one thing about learning Korean, unlike other languages, that a little bit more, well, a little easier to pick up, say like French or Spanish or some of these other languages. Because Korean, we have to learn the alphabet and the structure, and the grammar is so different. There's a lot of front loading of just trying to learn those pieces first. But once you get that down, then one of the easiest ways to learn, and still is, in my opinion, is to just memorize sentences and structures. Just fill your head up with sentences and structures. And then once you get them down, then you can swap out words and build your conversational ability. So we did that with the discussions. We just memorized the discussions. And I know currently the Preach My Gospel is to teach by the Spirit, and we want missionaries and members to do that, to teach and preach by the Spirit. However, for me, not knowing the language, I had to just memorize a bunch of stuff first. And it wasn't until later in my mission that I be able to teach more comfortably by the Spirit. This morning, we had a meeting discussing the purposes of missionary work. We saw excerpts from the movie The Karate Kid, where Daniel is learning from Mr. Miyagi karate by doing all of that washing and painting and sanding. The principle applies directly to us. We don't realize everything we're learning now, and we won't until we have to go out and put it to use. We also looked at our personal feelings for the Savior. I would like to take this little space to say that I love my Redeemer with all my heart. When I look at his picture or sing praises to him, I feel overwhelmed with emotion. I still to this day, in certain hymns at church, I stand all amazed, or others where I'm directly singing about the Savior. I still get very emotional to this very day. He did for me something that no one else could do, and for this I'm eternally grateful. I pray that through this mission I will be able to directly serve him and bring his gospel into the world. Tonight, we studied about charity in our companion gospel study program. It was really interesting to remember what I learned in Institute with President Dennis Wright about charity, as found in Doctrine and Covenants section 4, that first you develop faith, then comes hope, followed by charity and love. We cannot just have charity, and in the pure, as in the pure love of Christ, it takes so much more. I pray that I may develop some of the charity which Mormon spoke of in chapter 7. I've learned so much in the past week, it's hard to believe. The Korean is coming, but I must admit that I'm not remembering and speaking my language as much as I should. Otherwise, I would be doing better. I think I'm being overly critical of myself here. You know, I look back as a 19-year-old, and now I have the benefit of 51 years of life to know that I am a very self-critical person. I internalize things and I stew over things. Carmen tells me this all the time, that I just internalize and I think too much about certain things. And I think this is I see this right here. It's like I was trying my best, but I'm 19 years old, and like Joseph Smith, you know, I was susceptible to the foibles of my youth, and I have a playful personality, and that's just who I am as a person. So I gotta give myself a break. But we're keen on studying the discussions, and I'm starting to learn them. And more importantly, I feel the spirit of them. Tomorrow is our first official P Day. There are lots of things that I want to do and have to do. The usual washing and ironing clothes, letter writing, etc. Plus, our district is going to the temple with Elder Merrill, who's taking out his endowments, which should be wonderful. It should be a great day tomorrow. No mail today, sigh. Today was Carmen's birthday. Today she turned 19. I pray that she will know my love for her and hope that she had a good day. I hope she got my mail. Yeah, that was her birthday. 19 years old. Yeah. I had turned 19, of course, the month before. My birthday's in March, and we had spent that together. But she spent her birthday without me. Her first of, I guess, two birthdays, 19 and 20. I got back in 92, at the end of March, right a couple weeks before her birthday. So yeah, it was interesting. Elder Merrill got to the MTC and he had not received his endowment. Now that would never happen nowadays. That's a prerequisite. Priesthood and temple ordinances all have to be done. Like those are all prerequisites. However, at this particular time, like maybe that slipped through the cracks, or maybe he didn't have time, or whatever. So I remember we were in the MTC that first week, and Doug Merrill, he hadn't been endowed, and so we went with the district with him, and we were his family in the temple, which was wonderful. I think Doug's from Southern California, so I wonder how he's doing these days. That was a good day.